Have you ever studied English for years and still felt lost? You take a class, you buy a book, you download an app, you try, you stop, you try again. And still, when someone speaks to you in English, your mouth goes dry. Your mind goes blank. You freeze. You tell yourself, I just need a better teacher. But what if the teacher was never the problem? What if the only thing standing between you and English fluency is a system? A clear, simple, daily system that anyone can follow, alone. Without a classroom, without a teacher, without spending a single dollar. Today, that system is yours. This lesson is for English learners who want more than words. It is for your confidence, your future, your freedom. In the next 30 minutes, I will give you 7 lessons, 7 steps that real self-learners use to go from confused to confident. Not in theory, in practice, starting today. My name does not matter. What matters is this. By the time this lesson ends, you will have no more excuses, only a plan. 7 lessons, 1 system, 0 teachers needed. Lesson 1. Stop waiting. Think about the last time you said, I will start learning English seriously soon. When was that? 6 months ago? 2 years ago? 10 years ago? Here is what most people do. They wait for the perfect condition. They wait for a good teacher. They wait for a cheaper course. They wait until they have more time. They wait until they feel ready. But ready never comes. There is always a reason to wait. The timing is never perfect. The course is never cheap enough. The teacher is never available. And so the years pass, and the English stays exactly where it was, locked inside a book you never opened, stuck inside a course you never finished. I want you to understand something clearly. Waiting is not preparation. Waiting is just waiting. The people who speak English well today did not wait for perfect conditions. They started with bad conditions. They started with a free YouTube video and a cheap notebook. They started in their bedroom, talking to themselves, making mistakes no one could hear. They started small. They started imperfect. But they started. Think about it this way. If you want to get stronger, you do not wait until you have a perfect gym with perfect equipment and a perfect trainer. You do 10 push-ups on your bedroom floor. Tonight, and tomorrow morning, and the day after. English is the same. Poor mindset says, I cannot learn English without a teacher. I need someone to correct me. I need someone to guide me. I am not ready alone. Strong mindset says, I do not need perfect conditions. I need a decision. I start today with what I have, where I am. The internet is your teacher. YouTube is your classroom. Every podcast is a free lesson. Every English movie you watch is an hour of training. Every song you listen to is vocabulary practice. The tools are already around you. They have been there for years. The teacher was never the missing piece. The decision was. So right now, in this moment, make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, now. Decide that you are done waiting. Decide that you are the one responsible for your English, no one else. Not a teacher, not a school, not an app. You. Say it to yourself. I am responsible. I start today. That decision made once and kept every day is worth more than any teacher you will ever pay for. You have waited long enough. Lesson 2. Feed your ears first. Let me ask you something honest. When you study English, what do you do first? Do you open a grammar book? Do you memorize vocabulary lists? Do you try to speak, then feel embarrassed because the words come out wrong? If yes, you're doing it backwards. Here is how language actually works. When you were a baby, you did not study grammar. Nobody gave you a textbook. Nobody corrected your sentences with a red pen. You listened. For months, you just listened. You heard your mother's voice. You heard the same words again and again. And slowly, without effort, without fear, the language entered your brain. And one day, you opened your mouth. And the words came out. That is how every human being learns a language. Input first, output second. Always. A researcher named Stephen Krashen studied this for many years. His conclusion was simple. We acquire language by understanding messages, not by memorizing rules. When you hear or read English that you mostly understand, your brain absorbs it naturally. Grammar fixes itself over time. Vocabulary builds itself through repetition. You do not force it, you feed it. So what does this mean for you? It means your number one job right now is to feed your ears. Not grammar drills, not speaking practice, not vocabulary flashcards. Listening. Massive, daily, consistent listening. Here is a simple formula for self-learners at your level. Spend 70% of your study time listening. Spend 20% reading. Spend only 10% speaking and writing. That ratio feels strange at first. You want to speak. You want to produce. But trust the process. The output will come. It always comes. But only after enough input goes in. Now, what should you listen to? Listen to things you enjoy. This is not a small detail. This is everything. If you hate business podcasts, do not listen to business podcasts. If you love football, find English football commentary. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos. If you love stories, listen to audiobooks or channels like this one. Your brain absorbs language faster when it is interested. Boredom kills retention. Enjoyment accelerates it. The key is level. Find content that is a little bit above your current level. Not far above, just a little. You should understand about 70 to 80% of what you hear. The remaining 20 to 30% is the growing edge. That is where learning happens. Think of it like exercise. If you lift a weight that is too easy, you get no stronger. If you lift a weight that is too heavy, you get injured. The right weight challenges you just enough. Find that level. Stay there for weeks. Then move up. Poor mindset says, I need to speak more. I need to practice conversations. Listening is passive. It does not count as studying. Strong mindset says, every minute I spend listening is a minute my brain is building English from the inside. I feed my ears now. My mouth will follow. Here is something practical. Start tomorrow morning. Before you check your phone, before you scroll, put in your earphones, play an English podcast, an English audiobook, an English video. 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes of listening before anything else. 10 minutes every morning. 300 minutes every month. 3,600 minutes every year. That is 60 hours of pure English input from one small habit. Feed your ears first, every single day, and watch what happens to your English 6 months from now. Lesson 3. Show up every day. I want to tell you about 2 students. Student A studies English for 4 hours every Saturday. She is serious. She is focused. She does everything right for those 4 hours. Then Sunday comes. Then Monday. Then Tuesday. She does nothing. She tells herself she will make up for it next Saturday. Student B studies English for 30 minutes every single day. No exceptions. Some days she is tired. Some days she only has 20 minutes. But she shows up. Every day. Without fail. 6 months later, Which student speaks better English? Student B. Every time. This is not a guess. This is how the brain works. Language lives in memory. And memory is built through repetition over time, not through intensity in one session. When you study every day, your brain keeps the English pathways active. The connections stay warm. The words stay close to the surface. When you take long breaks, those pathways cool down. The words sink deeper. You have to dig them out again every time you return. 30 minutes every day is not just better than 4 hours once a week. It is dramatically better. Studies on language retention consistently show that spaced daily practice outperforms massed, infrequent practice. The brain needs regular contact to hold a language. Give it that contact. But here is where most people fail. They rely on motivation. They feel motivated on Monday, so they study. They feel tired on Tuesday, so they skip. They feel inspired after watching an English movie, so they study for 2 hours. Then they feel nothing on Wednesday, so they stop. Motivation is a feeling. Feelings come and go. You cannot build a language on a feeling. Discipline is a decision. You make it once in a calm moment, and then you keep it regardless of how you feel. You do not ask yourself, do I feel like studying today? You ask yourself, did I study today? If no, you study. That is the whole system. Pick one time. Morning is best for most people, before the day gets loud. Before the excuses pile up, before your energy drops. 15 minutes after you wake up, before you check social media. Before breakfast, that is your English time. Protect it like an appointment you cannot cancel. If morning is impossible, pick lunch. If lunch is impossible, pick the commute. If the commute is impossible, pick the 10 minutes before you sleep. But pick one time, and keep it. Poor mindset says, I will study when I feel motivated, when I have a long block of free time, when life gets less busy. Strong mindset says, I have 30 minutes today. That is enough. I show up, I do the work, I close the book, I come back tomorrow. Here is the truth about consistency. It is not glamorous, it is not exciting. Nobody posts a video about 30 minutes of quiet study on a Wednesday morning. But that Wednesday morning repeated 300 times is what fluency looks like from the inside. You do not need more time. You need more discipline. Show up today. Show up tomorrow. Show up when you do not feel like it. Especially then. That is the lesson. Lesson 4. Build your English environment. Here is a question nobody asks. Why is it so easy to learn English when you live in an English-speaking country and so hard when you live somewhere else? People say, because you are surrounded by native speakers, you have no choice but to speak English. That is part of it, but the deeper answer is this. Your environment changes your behavior automatically. You do not have to decide to speak English every morning. You just wake up and English is everywhere. On the street signs, on the radio, at the coffee shop, in your coworkers' mouths. The environment does the work for you. Your brain has no choice but to absorb. Now here is the good news. You do not need to move to another country. You can build that environment. Right where you are, right now. Start with your phone. Change the language to English. Today. This one change alone will expose you to hundreds of English words every single day without any extra effort. Every notification, every menu, every button. English. Your brain will feel uncomfortable at first. Good. Discomfort means learning. Next, change what you hear in the morning. Most people wake up and immediately scroll through social media in their native language. Instead, press play on an English podcast. Let it run while you wash your face, while you make coffee, while you get dressed. You do not have to focus hard. Just let the English sounds fill the room. Passive listening in the morning primes your brain for the whole day. Then look around your room, your desk, your kitchen, your bathroom. Every object you see has an English name. Write those names on small pieces of paper. Stick them on the objects. The mirror, the door, the window, the chair. Every time your eyes land on that object, your brain reads the English word. You do not study it, you just see it. Again and again, until it becomes automatic. Think about learner A and learner B one more time. Learner A turns English on for 1 hour a day, then turns it off completely. The rest of the day, their brain lives in their native language. English is a subject, a task, something separate from real life. Learner B wakes up to English, commutes with English in their ears, sees English words on their phone all day, watches an English video at lunch, falls asleep after 10 minutes of an English audiobook. English is not a subject. It is the air around them. Same number of hours in the day, completely different results. Your environment is smarter than your willpower. You cannot rely on motivation to choose English every hour. But if English is already there, already on, already around you, the choice is made for you, automatically, every day. Poor mindset says, I study English for 1 hour and that is enough. The rest of my day is my time. Strong mindset says, I design my day so that English finds me. I do not always have to find it. Make English the default, not the effort. Change your phone. Change your morning sounds. Put words on your walls. Build the environment once. Let it teach you forever. Lesson 5. Talk to yourself. Most people think speaking English requires another person, a conversation partner, a native speaker, a teacher who corrects your mistakes. Without someone on the other side, they believe speaking practice is impossible. They are wrong. The most powerful speaking practice you can do requires no partner, no app, no booking, no schedule. It requires only you, your voice, and the willingness to feel a little strange at first. Talk to yourself. Not metaphorically, literally, out loud, in English. Here is how it works. When you wake up in the morning, narrate what you are doing. Not in your head, with your mouth. I am getting up. I'm going to the bathroom. The water is cold this morning. I need coffee. Simple sentences, short sentences, real sentences from your real life. This is not silly. This is training. You are teaching your mouth the shapes of English. You are building the muscle memory that makes speaking feel natural. The second method is shadowing. Find a speaker whose English you like, a podcaster, a YouTuber, a movie character. Play a short clip, 10 to 30 seconds. Listen once. Then play it again and speak at the same time, copying their exact rhythm, their speed, their rise and fall in tone. Do not worry about understanding every word at first. Focus on the sound. Copy the music of their English. Do this for 10 minutes a day, and within weeks, your accent, your rhythm, your confidence will shift in ways that surprise you. The third method is recording. Take your phone, press record. Talk for 2 minutes about anything, your day, a movie you watched, what you want for dinner. Then listen back. You will hear things. You will hear where you hesitate. You will hear sounds you pronounce incorrectly. You will hear sentences that collapse halfway through. This is not discouraging. This is data. This is exactly what a teacher would tell you for free from your own voice. Record yourself once a week. Keep the recordings. Listen to a recording from 3 months ago. You will not believe how much you have grown. People who talk to themselves in English are not strange. They are serious. Poor mindset says, I cannot practice speaking without a partner. What is the point of talking if no one hears me? I will wait until I find someone to practice with. Strong mindset says, every word I speak alone is a word my mouth learns to make. I do not need an audience. I need repetition. You do not need a speaking partner right now. You need a mirror and 30 seconds of courage. Walk to the mirror this evening. Look at yourself. Open your mouth. Say something. Anything. In English. That is your first conversation. With the most important student you will ever teach. Yourself. Lesson 6. Track the invisible. Here is the hardest moment in learning English alone. It is not the beginning. The beginning is exciting. You have a new plan, you have energy, you have hope. You study every day and you feel good about yourself. The hardest moment comes around week 6, or week 8, or month 3. You have been showing up. You have been listening. You have been talking to yourself in the mirror. And then one morning you wake up and think, am I actually getting better? I cannot tell. Maybe this is not working. Maybe I am wasting my time. That feeling is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are in the middle. And the middle is where most people quit. The problem is simple. Language progress is invisible in the short term. You cannot see it the way you see muscles growing at the gym. You cannot measure it the way you measure weight on a scale. It happens inside your brain, in pathways you cannot watch, in patterns that build slowly, silently, over months. But here is what you can do. You can create evidence. Start a vocabulary journal. Every day, write 5 new words you heard or read, just 5. At the end of 1 month, you have 150 words. At the end of 6 months, you have 900 words. Open that journal when you feel stuck. Look at page 1. Look at today's page. That distance is your progress. Next, keep your recordings. Every speaking recording you made in Lesson 5, save it. Label it with the date. Then, 3 months later, play your oldest recording. Listen to who you were. You will hear a different person, slower, less confident, reaching for words that now come easily. That recording is proof. Proof that the work is working. Finally, go back to something hard. Find a podcast episode or a video that confused you 2 months ago. Play it again, now. Notice how much more you understand. That gap between confused then and clear now is your progress made visible. You are not stuck. You are growing underground. Like a tree in winter. Nothing visible above the surface, but the roots are deepening every single day. Poor mindset says, I cannot see any progress. Nothing is changing. I've been doing this for months, and I still cannot speak well. I give up. Strong mindset says, I cannot see my progress today, so I will create evidence. I will track. I will compare. I will trust the process and let the numbers show me what my feelings cannot. Track the invisible, because it is there. It has always been there. You are closer than you think. Lesson 7. Play the long game. Let me give you a number. 1,000. 1,000 hours. That is roughly how long it takes to reach conversational fluency in English from an intermediate level. 1,000 hours of real contact with the language. Listening, reading, speaking, writing. Not studying about English, actually being inside English. 1,000 hours sounds like a lot. But do the math with me. 1 hour a day, every day. That is 365 hours in a year. In 3 years, you have your 1,000 hours. 3 years of 30 to 60 minutes a day. That is it. That is the whole formula. But most people never get there. Not because they lack intelligence, not because English is too hard, because they think in weeks, not years. They study for 2 months, see no dramatic results, and quit. Then they start again 6 months later. Then quit again. The clock resets every time. The self-learner who wins is not the smartest one, not the one with the best materials, not the one who found the perfect method. The one who wins is the one who does not stop. So stop asking, when will I be fluent? Start asking, what will I do today? Today you will listen for 30 minutes. Today you will add 5 words to your journal. Today you will talk to yourself for 2 minutes in the mirror. That is today's job. Do it. Then do it again tomorrow. Then the day after. Fluency is not a door you walk through one day. It is a path you build step by step every single day. Now let me bring everything together. 7 lessons, 1 system. Stop waiting. The decision is yours, and it starts now. Feed your ears first. Input before output, always. Show up every day. 30 minutes of discipline beats 4 hours of occasional motivation. Build your English environment. Make English the air around you, not a subject you turn on and off. Talk to yourself. Your voice is your most powerful practice tool. Track the invisible. Create evidence. Compare your past self to your present self and trust the process. And play the long game. 1,000 hours, 1 day at a time. This is your system. It costs nothing. It requires no teacher. It needs only one thing from you: commitment. Now I have one question for you. What is your biggest challenge when studying English alone? Is it finding time? Staying consistent? Speaking confidence? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one. Keep showing up every day. Keep training your ears and your mind, and your English will grow in ways you cannot yet imagine. See you in the next lesson.